Here's a little piece of scrap that I've allocated for a handle. It's a slightly larger diameter than we need, but we faced that off and put in a center drill. We're just going to bore that out for tapping. We're going to use 3/8 BSF, another old English thread, one that I like. So we'll bore this out and then we'll tap it. So I won't bother too much with videoing all of it. We'll come back in a moment. Alright, there's our tapping hole. I'm just going to run in a short way with the 3/8 to give me a good tap start, and then we'll tap this probably about a 1/2 inch just over. Well, probably tap it about 5/8, but we'll put something like a 1/2 inch thread on the 3/8 rod. That'll work okay. Now we've got a tap started by a couple of turns just using the tailstock, so we should line up pretty good. And I've got a Sharpie mark here which will show me how far I need to go in. We'll take that in probably until we just about bottom. There we go. Sorry, hands in the way rather a lot there. Let me come back a bit. It's very hard to get the right camera angle here. Now for completeness we'll just go to we don't really need here to don't really need to use a bottoming tap. Well, this isn't quite a bottoming, it's close to it. It's probably I guess it's a number 3. We'll just take that in just to complete the end of the cut, just to tidy it up. We're not going to go in that deep with the 3/8 rod anyway. Let's just see how far we've gone in, because that should be plenty there. I'm not going to need that much thread on the rod anyway. So we'll flip this round, face off the other end, and then we can go to the 3/8 rod, do something with that. Just face this off and we'll get a chamfer on it. Just take another light cut there. Let's just check that a bit closer. Well, you can't see much here because of the way I've got the tool post set up. I'm just giving this a chamfer. Just a touch there, and then just give it a little touch with paper. Very close to the chuck, of course, again. Probably keep noticing all my cheats and bad practices. And this is only the tip on the handle. Alright, I'm about done with that one. Alright, here's the handle tip, call it what you like, the end of the handle. I think we seem to be getting focus there. So we got a 3/8 thread there for the rod to go into when we threaded that, and the top there is just machined off and giving it a slight polish. It's a little larger than we need, but I'm using up scrap. Yeah, that's the what I'm calling the crown. I'm just going to mark that up and drill for a 1/4 set screw, which will give me more options than a pinning, which is a bit final. So I'm going to try and mark this up and just find my center. I could do this in the cross drilling jig, but I'm just going to get that to the point where I can touch. I haven't got the benefit of a movable table, unfortunately. Just trying to find the touch point. Right, just made a little center pop. I don't think you'll see a lot here. I'm just going to put a center drill through. Looks like sorry, that was in the way. Anyway, that's got a center drill on there. I'm just going to drill the tapping hole. Let's get this tapping drill down here. Slight grab at the end, but there wasn't really any need to lock that up with the clamps. I'll just get a tap on here. This is basically lining up with a Mark 1 eyeball. Just check it for truth. It's good that way. Good that way. Check again. Right, we're through there. And let's just check the just blow a bit of crud out of there. Now I'm just going to put a small chamfer relief on there. Just get rid of the burr from the set screw hole we've just done. Doesn't feel as though there's very much there at all. Sometimes you can get quite a burr left behind when you've drilled into any bore or an existing thread. So the other thing there was just to put a little set screw in. There we go. Right, now that goes in quite a long way. I don't mind it being low down in there. I'll always use whatever I've got, although that's a little short, it's not a problem. Now the other thing we've got to sort out is to deal with this area to get the 3/8 rod in, so we've got to set that up and drill and tap. I'm just setting this up, a little bit of white paper and my rule, setting it up here again, a Mark 1 eyeball to get the angle, and then clamp it up real tight, and then we'll set up and drill that. Now we just again want to just get a light touch here to find the center. Get a pretty good idea where it is. And just run a center drill down there. What I'll do here is I'll put a short starter of 3/8, and then we'll do a tapping drill under that and then tap it. Right, I didn't bother to have it videos running. Just gone down with the 3/8 just to give a very small start, which means that the 3/8 rod can go in far enough so the thread doesn't show. And we want to just take that one out and put the tapping size in. Too much pressure there, I lost the grip on the vise. I'll just check the setting on that. Instead of being so darn lazy, I should thought I better clamp clamp this and get a slightly cleaner result. Sometimes laziness isn't so good. Sounds worse than it is. The thing is, I couldn't put too much pressure. I couldn't put too much pressure on the drill in case I disturbed the angle in the vise. So it was chattering, which sounded terrible. Now we just got to get this tapped out. Right, I was just getting this thread finished on here. On a bottoming tap now, just to get a little bit more cut at the end, and there, that's pretty much it. That gives me about 5.5 turns, so we'll put about a 4.5 to 5 threads on the 3/8, and that should about do it. It just so we've now got the, there's our 7/16, and there's the 3/8. So now I think it's all down to the 3/8 rod, and we're done, I think.
Sorry about camera angles, I haven't got the best today. I'm a bit limited by stuff in the way. I'm just putting a lead-in chamfer on this one end. That'll do for there, and then just get sorted out for getting some thread on this. Now we'll bring the tailstock up. I've got a very old die for this 1/4 inch. I'm hoping it's got enough cut on it. I'm sure I got something better. Now we'll go to the handle in a minute. So I'll put the handle in the spindle here and see if we can get a bit of advance or oil. Once we got a turn or so on here, it's pretty much okay to go by hand. Okay, let's see what we're getting for a cut. Doesn't seem too bad actually. It's not the cleanest thread I've seen, but so I only want about 5, just about 5.5. All right, 1, 2. Alright, make sure we're slipping in the chuck just a little bit. I think that should be enough actually. So just see if make sure we got enough space in here to get the crown piece on. Alright, that'll give me about 5.5 turns, which is pretty much all we need there for that end. And then the other end, let's do the same. We'll just face this off. And see if she'll run true enough. The answer is no, so we fiddle with that. Okay, same again on the second end. This isn't very critical, go about probably about 1/2 inch, something like that. Just get this started. Just keep plenty of tension on there. Keep it square. Should be enough. Let's get some more oil there. Yeah, this is definitely an old die. I got a better one somewhere. Shows you how organised I am, doesn't it? Let's just take this through. Right, we've got about 7 or 8 turns on there, which is enough actually. That die is hard work. Very hard work, and as some of you have probably noticed the split dies, sometimes, particularly if they're worn a bit, you tend to have to get pinch in the two locking screws, reduce their diameter just a smidgen. Right, we'll polish this up and then we'll see if we can put things together. Last thing is the 7/16 drawer studding. Right, I didn't bother to run this on the video. We just put the studding in to get one end prepped, and all we've got to do now is get the length, cut it off, face it. I think we're there then. Let's see what we've got to do. Alright, that's cut to length. Now the moment of truth. Let's see if it'll all go together. I'm nearly out of card again. I'll just get this fella securely on, if I can stop it rotating, which it's still trying to do very slightly. It's gone in fairly tidy. Now we can take that in all the way and tighten up our set screw. Whoops, keep going out of frame here. Tighten the set screw. Okay, finish assembling these pieces. I'll put the handle piece on. Alright, now we can put the, we've got the thrust collar, got to remember that. So we've got that section there, and then we can go through, and then we take the famous T-nut and see here whether we can let's set it up on the lathe, see if it'll sit properly. I nearly forgotten all the excitement. Yeah, I just got to take a couple of threads off each of these tool locking bolts. I'll just do that so that we're complete. Anyway, there we are. There's the just relieved the end of all those. Pop that in, and we'll try in a minute just for the moment of truth. If you're still with me, congratulations. It's been a long haul. Hopefully vaguely interesting. Let's get the little old T-nut on. Let's check it on the lathe. Right. See if we can get this in. That's the T-nut. Here we are. I'm quite pleased with that, although it's been quite a lot of work. Here we are. It's nice and solid. Turn it round, lock it up. Not perfect, perhaps. And a few little cheats on the way. But I am reasonably pleased with that. Alright folks, Thanks for staying the distance if you've followed this right the way through. It's been interesting. One of these things that's enjoyable, most so when you get it finished. So now I can put 4 more tools in here, and because this requires shimming to get tools set on center, which means once they're in and locked up, it saves a lot of hassle. Just change tool posts and use one of the tools ready to go. Alright, thanks for watching.